Hello everyone and welcome to my series on Team Fortress 2 weapon guides. In this video I will be going over the Soda Popper. We'll go over the very basics of this weapon and go a little bit more in depth about it. So let's get started. The Soda Popper is a double barrel shotgun available to the scout taking its primary slot. Let's go has a 25% faster reloading speed. This decreases its reload to 1.2 seconds. Has a 50% firing speed, which means its delay is 320 milliseconds per in between each shell. It has a 66% smaller clip size, which means your the ammunition it can hold inside is decreased from 6 to 2, and it cannot have any random critical hits. And as an added bonus, you have this meter that builds up over time as you are running. Once it's full, it will automatically start draining. However, it will give every weapon you're holding onto a mini crits for 8 seconds. Alright, let's go a little bit more in depth about this weapon. That the mini crit meter that builds up takes approximately 12.5 seconds of non-stop running to build up. As you see, it increases as you move. So yeah, approximately 12.5 seconds to build up. It can only build if you're holding out the Soda Popper as well. This can be used to your advantage, as right before the meter is about to complete itself and use up and instantly use your mini crits against your will, you can actually switch to a secondary or your melee weapon to prevent the meter from filling up anymore. And when you want to, quickly switch back to the Soda Popper and then take those few extra steps to activate the mini crits. So yeah, that's about the only way you can control when you can use your mini crits or not. So this weapon, when reloading, like I said before, it takes 1.2 seconds to reload. When you're reloading, it'll always consume both shells inside the weapon, even if there's still one shell that has not been fired yet. So just keep that in mind, and if you can, just take the second shot. You know, what's the worst that can happen, right? Like I said before, it only takes 320 milliseconds to fire both shells. So yeah, if each shell will fire 10 pellets, this weapon's damage at long range, it goes as low as 3. At point blank, it'll go all the way up to 105. Yeah. So when you're on a mini crit, your minimum damage is 8, and each pellet is capable of doing 14 damage for a total of 140 damage on mini crits. This is kind of nice, as some classes will die in one hit from that. So yeah. This weapon is a part of a item set named the number 1 fan. It consists of the Soda Popper, the Winger, the Atomizer, and the Bonk Boy. It has no effect, so nothing too overpowered there. So yeah, let's see. Like I said, if you try and reload this weapon, it'll always consume 2 shells, whether you have one left in the barrel that could be used or not. So yeah, where was I? This weapon is in-game is I see it commonly used as a anti-scout role, weapon that is used to combat other enemy scouts. Yeah, it's also been called the noob weapon quite a few times in my experience. Don't listen to that. It's not a noob weapon. It's just different. You'll notice this weapon shares many visual characteristics with the Force of Nature. I would like to clarify right now that this weapon cannot deal knockback to the enemy, unlike the Force of Nature. So yeah, that's one thing. The Force of Nature has all this along with the damage and all that stuff. Anyway, this weapon can be found in crate 33 in the Strange variant. So yeah, that's nice. Interesting note, even though the weapon model shows a critical tied to the barrels of this weapon, the way you craft it involves reclaimed metal, a bonk, atomic punch, and a Force of Nature, not a criticola. Believe me, I learned that one the hard way when I was just a beginner at Team Fortress 2 a long time ago, or not that long ago, but you know. So yeah, but try not to craft this weapon, as you are likely to be able to find a community member willing to trade you a soda popper for a single scrap metal with relative ease. So yeah, how much video do I have left? Alright, just around 2 minutes 10 seconds. Alright, let's find something to talk about. So what goes well with this weapon? Well, let's see. I know I pretty sure I mentioned this, but once the meter is full and it forces you to use your mini crits, those mini crits are gonna last you 8 seconds, and they apply to every weapon you have, not just the soda popper. So what weapons go well with this? Well, you only have 2 shells and they'll empty very quickly. So I suppose if you want to play a little bit of a hit and run style, the Sandman and the Flying Guillotine would could seem pretty appealing to you. However, let's not forget mini crits. Pretty much any pistol with mini crits can be relatively devastating. The order I would prefer is stock pistol, Pretty Boy's pocket pistol, and then the winger. But pistols could be very devastating with mini crits on them. So yeah. Reason why I don't like the winger as much is because I find that I rely more on the amount of ammunition I fire than the amount of damage it puts out. So yeah. What was I? Let's see. This with along this soda popper, along with every other shotgun in the game, with the exception of the Rescue Ranger, is a hit scan weapon. So yeah. Takes over 5,000 hammer units to fully charge the mini crit meters. So yeah, resembles Force of Nature. Pretty much our video. So I hope you learned something from this video, or at least found this somewhat entertaining. I really appreciate if you subscribe, like, and or comment. I really appreciate that stuff. So I suppose I will talk to you all later. So yeah, see ya.